it's Gods of Egypt.
Yay! So this was supposed to come out in like February.
It came out in February in the US, and it's just.
So how come it's taken so long to get here?
I don't know. I wonder why.
I
But
can't think of any
so
reasons.
it's directed by Alex Proyas, who, I mean, I like him. He's done The Crow.
Oh, I don't need more after what you said about us critics.
What
You said
is
that
it?
we're vultures picking at flesh.
I wonder why that could be. Do you think it might be in a critical reaction to a certain film?
Vultures only eat dead things.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
That's not my line. Somebody else said that.
Zing,
Can't remember. It might have been James King or somebody.
yeah.
Somebody else has said it.
I like Dark City. Well, I love Dark City, and I like The Crow. 2 good films there, and he's back now with Gods of Egypt in 2016. And to be honest,
It's a film that was like 2004.
we were expecting this, but for a film that was made in 2015/2016, it's more like a PS1 game
Yeah.
or PS2 game,
I
isn't
said
it?
that, didn't I?
Like, I mean, the budget alone, $140 million. Where did that go? Now, I just imagine on, like, day 30, it's like Alex Proyas and cast. You know, you've got Nikolaj Coster-Waldau just back from the Game of Thrones set. You've got Gerard Butler just back from the White House Down set. And the London Has Fallen set. And it's like, you know what, guys? Let's go and splash $100 million in the Mediterranean for a week. It's that's all right, lads. And then we'll pull that film. And it's probably very likely what this is, because you just don't see where this budget has gone at all. It's only made back 142.2
Can you try and
million.
explain the story?
Yes, I can explain the story. Basically, in the film, it features Gods of Egypt, as you would expect. It says what it does on the tin.
Yeah.
And Gerard Butler plays the God of Darkness, Set, who takes over the Egyptian Empire. And Brenton Thwaites basically plays a mortal hero called Beck, who partners with the god Horus, played by Game of Thrones' Coster-Waldau. And they have to save the world from Gerard Butler's manliness and godness. And it's well, I mean,
all the gods are like robots and stuff.
I mean, I think the way that best describes this film is that the gods are taller
they're massive
than the people.
but they keep
They're
forgetting.
massive. But they keep forgetting that, and
Yeah.
they keep forgetting their own laws of physics. And when a film can be this like spend this little amount of time bothering to remember what its own logic is,
Yeah.
then why should we? I mean, I laughed a lot. But that wasn't
it's
intentional.
hilarious. I started making notes like in my head
Yep.
about what to talk about, and I gave up after like 20 minutes. I realized there's no point even like badly like reviewing it. It's just funny how bad it is.
It is absolutely and unequivocally this year's Jupiter Ascending,
Oh
because
my
it is
God,
absolutely hilarious in every single turn.
Oh.
They are taking themselves so serious. You know, right from the start, you've got the voiceover, the pounding soundtrack, the action beats are starting, and then it's like 100. Over 2 and a bit hours of constant terrible CGI that actually looks like a PS2 cutscene, and just general boring, bland, uninteresting characters that you just don't invest yourself in, and the fight scenes are dull. The CG's terrible. It literally looks like 2002. I think that'd be a generous year, and you don't care about any of it, but you are laughing constantly because it is desperate to make itself the next big name on the blockbuster fantasy screen, but it's just not. It's not any of that. It's awful.
A glorious waste of money.
It's 140 million. 140 million.
It's made that back, but nothing more.
Oh, yeah, just a massive waste of time for some massively talented people that could do much better than this.
Yeah. That's Gods of Egypt. I believe it's still in cinemas. Go and show it some love.
If you fancy seeing Gerard Butler as a screaming 12-foot god, then fine. Or if you fancy seeing Nikolaj Coster-Waldau... If you fancy seeing Nikolaj Coster-Waldau play Jamie Lannister without any of the charisma or charm, see this.
That's Gods of Egypt.